Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. So I was looking a little bit fairy-ish today and I thought I'd report from landscape that matches up. I don't know, I'm trying to like take advantage of the sun and the weather, but like it's good for you to get sun. I personally hate sun. It's not really my favorite thing in the world. I'm more of a gloom and doom kind of person, so I'm trying to be out in the sun more and get some of that before winter hits. But today I want to talk about a topic, and sorry if I'm like looking elsewhere. I can't even see the camera right now because this is reflective, never mind. But today I want to talk about a comment that I received on my last talking video that I did. And I thought this was a very, very interesting comment, and I think it's super, super important to address that and explain some things. And I think I might also get a microphone. Hang on. Changed sunglasses, got a microphone. Let me know if this sound is better for you. I will see that in editing too, but yeah, I think this will help, and this way I can keep my sunglasses on because I can see a little bit now. Anyway, I got a comment on one of my last talking videos, and this and I was talking about like how you should not harm the third party and stuff, and how you should try to be kind to them and all that. And the comment that was left basically said, well, it doesn't matter whether you send hate to them or not, or whether you send them bad vibes, because they're the creator of their own reality, so they can just manifest against that and you don't have to worry about that. Like basically making the statement or leaving the assumption open that you can do whatever you want and people can just manifest against that, so nothing will happen to them. And that set of beliefs is inherently false, and it's not just false, it's also dangerous. So there are a few things I want to clear up, and I'm gonna start by explaining to you guys how the multiverse actually works, because I think there's a lot of misconception and a lot of false information about it, and I do blame TikTok to an extent for that, just because TikTok is a platform where a lot of people try to make a quick buck off of things they know nothing about. And when they see, you know, people talking about the multiverse going viral, it's easy and quick to jump on that bandwagon, even if you have no idea what you're doing. And even if you're just repeating information from somebody else, doesn't mean that you know what you're talking about yet again. So I do want to start with that, and then we'll just go into the comment in and of itself. So the way the multiverse works, there's an infinite amount of realities that you can basically reality jump into, and in every reality there is a version of you that exists. Now there's literally no limits to what you can imagine. We know that there's a lot of, areas that we haven't even discovered. For example, there's people who say that mermaids are real. We only ever discovered, I think, like 3% or 5% of the ocean, so who knows? You know what I mean? So there's an infinite amount of things that we have yet to discover. I don't know if we will ever discover them, but in every reality that you can think of, a version of you exists that is sometimes slightly different from who you are right now, and sometimes vastly different from who you are right now. So there could be a version of you that could be a millionaire. There could be a version of you that might be, not doing so good. There might be a version where you're going to end up alone, and there might be a version where you are ending up with your soulmate, who is maybe not the person you think they are. Maybe it's a different SP. Then there's a version of you that might already be, be married to your SP, and you guys might already have like 4 kids. Like, who knows? You know what I mean? Like, we don't know. So just keep that in mind first and foremost. And this principle of multiple realities applies to every single person that you meet, that that you can think of, that you haven't met yet. And depending on which reality you're in, you might never meet them, or you might meet them at some point in your life. Like, kind of just depends on where your manifestations take you, basically, more or less. Sorry, I think I just touched my chin with a microphone. So keep that in mind, that this is something that applies to everybody. Now, when we are talking about the fact that you are the creator of your own reality, it is literally what it says it is. You are the creator of your reality, and your reality alone. So that means that if you are encountering somebody and you are having a relationship with them, your relationship is colored through the lens of how you see your reality, your life, your decisions, and your subconscious pattern is responsible for the way that this relationship goes. So if you are meeting someone and they have a completely different experience because they are in a completely different reality than you, aka their current reality that they're seeing is different from yours, you would never be aware of that. Okay, so that's why it's always dangerous to question other people's realities, or try to make them see your point of view, because you might have gone on Twitter especially, and might have encountered somebody that you try to explain your worldview to, and this person had no empathy or sympathy for you and could not understand where you came from whatsoever. And that's because their reality reflects something entirely different than yours. So let's say you're talking to them about a controversial topic and you say to them, but I'm right and the majority of people agree with me. And this person might turn around and say to you, well, that's not what I experience, because the majority of people that I encounter actually agree with my opinion and you're in the minority. I think the wind just turned my camera. Sorry, guys. That is very much true to them. And you can't prove otherwise because you are not in their reality. So because they hold this specific mindset, their reality will reflect that back to them. They will always be in the majority versus the minority because that's what their subconscious is geared towards. So it's very difficult to, argue with people about that. And even in psychology, the first thing I learned was when you are dealing with somebody who doesn't quote unquote live in reality, it's not your job to bring them back into reality. It's your job to make them function in society in a way that is comfortable for society, but comfortable for them in their respective realities, if that makes sense. So depending on what they have going on, it's always important to make them feel comfortable in their reality while trying to ensure that they can be a functioning member of society the way that it generally is. And oftentimes you will also find that society does reflect your beliefs, whether that is something that you conform to or not. So you have to keep that in mind. And when you are encountering somebody, they are reflecting back your subconscious, but that doesn't mean that a different version of them, which is the creator of their reality, isn't living out a completely different life. Because again, it's almost like, if you guys have seen Inception, that's probably the best way that I could describe it. And when they go into your subconscious and they're talking about the projections of their subconscious and the people that their dream inhabits, that's basically more or less what I would consider the people in your life are representing or representatives of. So whenever you have people in your life, they are representing your subconscious dominant beliefs, which means that they are in no position to create anything for them outside of what your belief system allows. Okay, so let's say you have a third party and they're trying to manifest against you, right? Because they want your SP. If you've been here long enough, that they can't do that because you're the one who will always win because you're the creator of your reality. Now, if they were capable of manifesting against pain and hurt and bad things that you are sending them, why would they then not be able to get your SP? Do you see how this doesn't work? You can't have it both ways. So you can't say I can do to them whatever I want and it's not going to have any consequences because they're the creator of their own reality. But when it comes to manifesting your SP, you're in control and you can do something about it and you can stop them from manifesting your SP. Do you see how that totally contradicts itself? Because that's not how manifestation works. Okay, so either you give them full manifestational control, which is something that you can assume and you can give to them, but it wouldn't be the natural way of going. It would be something that you would have to affirm and manifest for. Or you say, okay, I am fully aware that I am in control at all times, so I am also in control of what happens to this person and whether they, get bad things, good things, whatever the case may be. So you have to be aware of the fact that if you are sending somebody bad vibes and you assume that they're gonna land, they will land. And if you assume that, they're supposed to get their karma in a really bad way, then that is what will happen. And even if it's somebody you don't care about, okay, let's say this is someone you legit don't care about and in 5 years you're not gonna remember them. What you might remember in 5 years though might be the pain that you caused somebody else, and for what? Over something that doesn't matter to you anymore today? Like, do you understand that this is not about them? This is about you and your personal spiritual growth and your morals and your values, and the fact that you need to be conscious of the fact that you are in control of doing harm as well as doing good. So I know for a fact that if someone has really hurt me, and I know that I allowed that to happen because my subconscious was open to that, I'm responsible for that. If I feel like I still want to send them karma, I do it in a way where I feel like they're gonna learn their lesson. I'm gonna learn my lesson from this in order to ensure that doesn't happen to me anymore. But I don't go out of my way to destroy their life, because I know for a fact that one day this will not matter to me anymore, but I will have to live with that guilt. Do you guys understand that? So please be mindful of the fact that other people cannot manifest against what you are putting out there. So if you're sending them harm and they get harmed in a way that is not befitting the crime, okay, then you will have to live with that at some point. So I just want to put that out there. So this myth of everybody is the creator of their own reality so they can manifest against whatever you're doing is incorrect. Yes, everybody is the creator of their own reality. Yes, everybody can manifest against harm that is being done to them if you are doing harm to them, but only if you are doing harm to them as a result of being a direct projection of their subconscious, and the hurt that you are causing them or sending them is a result of their subconscious beliefs that they hold about people and about values, and you are just the messenger, okay? But again, if you are just a projection of this person's subconscious, then it's not your reality. If it's not your reality, you won't know about it, okay? So it's almost like your subconscious is being taken from you a little bit, or your subconscious power is taken from you and you run on your consciousness, okay? But you won't be aware of that. Okay, it's like being in a dream state, if that makes any sense. I don't really know how else to like explain it better, because I mean, technically to me it's very simple because I've been doing this for a long time, but I know that it can be really difficult for other people to understand. And by the way, this also doesn't change if you jump realities. You will always be the main creator of said reality, regardless of which reality you jump into. So boiling hot outside, it's insane. So you will always be the creator of that, no matter what. So just be mindful, and this is why I also in my last video said, be cautious and mindful of what you manifest for the third party. Be cautious and mindful of what you manifest when there's children involved, okay? Those are all things that are really, really important to keep in mind, because you're the deciding factor in everything. And even if, for example, the baby mama, right, wants a relationship and you're having trouble with, walk away. She can't manifest against that. If you have a problem with it, you're going to end up manifesting them away. And that's not fair to them, okay? Because you're going to have to live with that again at some point. So keep in mind that you are the deciding factor no matter what goes on. So, sorry, my neighbors are coming home. So it's always important, and this is why I always say, hang on guys. Alright, I just wanted to make sure my dog didn't get out and ran over there. He's a little bit nutty sometimes. And that's the thing, like, that's why I always tell you, the number one question you should always ask yourself, if you're doing something like this, is, if you were not in control of your reality, would you want that done to you? Would you want something like this to happen to you? Would you want someone else to do this to you and you had no control over it? Because that's literally the position that everybody else in your reality is in. You have the power to manifest for them. This is, for example, why you can manifest illness away for other people. You can manifest promotions for other people. You can manifest healthy relationships for them. You are in control of all of that. You can influence that. So you have to always ask yourself, is this something that I would want done to myself? Because there is a different reality where the person that you're dealing with there is a different reality where where whoever you're dealing with, whether that's your person, the third party, like, it doesn't matter. There is a reality where this particular person that you're dealing with is the creator of the reality. Sorry, he keeps putting his nose on the window. And they are manifesting for you. okay? They're making decisions for you that go above your head, essentially, doing things that you can't control and that you can't influence, because it's their reality and their reality first. So just think about how that would make you feel, and what kind of decision you would want them to make, and what kind of decision you think, like, as a result of that, might be the right decision to make in this case. So if I'm like making a video and I'm telling you guys like, oh, let's manifest them back and regret their existence, like, that's usually always like in a playful way. It's not really that serious, in terms of like, you know, sometimes we're like needing to get our revenge, quote unquote, but at the end of the day, if you are healing, they're healing too, to a certain extent. And sometimes we need to take certain steps to heal and make our relationships better, because you might figure out that once you're going through that, you might be in a better place, both of y'all, you know what I mean? But you're not going out of your way to destroy this person's life. I hope at least that you're not doing that, because I wouldn't really. Again, you can do whatever you want. I don't judge. I just give you information. I'm just saying, and again, like I said, it's not about whether I condone that or not. It's about how can you live with yourself 5 years from now? That's what you always need to ask yourself. So I just wanted to clear that up. So saying that you can send someone hate and they can manifest against that or negative things and it's not going to touch them is absolutely incorrect. It's your reality, your assumptions, and if you're sending someone something negative, you do that with the intention and the assumption that it's going to land and it's going to harm them. And because you have that assumption, it will. I can tell you right now from personal experience, it will land. And again, you have to, oh my gosh, it's so hot. You have to think about whether this is something you want to live with or not. So anyway, I really hope this helped you guys. If you guys are interested in content like this, please make sure that you subscribe, hit the thumbs up button, leave a comment if you have any more questions, if you're curious about something. Again, I am taking the week off in case y'all haven't seen it on my other social media. I am pre-filming some things and just trying to get ahead, but overall I deactivated all my bookings on my website for right now. They will be coming back probably sometime early next week, just because I decided I need a break from social media. I want to create content, but I don't want to engage with social media or do readings right now because I'm not in the best headspace for them, because I'm still recovering from being sick and all that. But yeah, overall, I hope this video helped you. Take care of yourself, guys. Again, if you have any questions, please leave them. I'm happy to turn them into a video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.